If you have money sitting in a regular checking or savings account right now, there's a good chance it's barely earning anything. And honestly, that's how most of us have been trained to manage cash. You have a checking account for bills, maybe a savings account for some extra money, and then maybe a separate brokerage account or a Roth IRA that we use for investing. But the problem is, when you want your money to actually work for you, it's usually spread throughout many different places. So in this video, I want to show you something that I think a lot of people overlook, and that's the Fidelity Cash Management Account. It works kind of like a checking account, but with some extra features that makes it really interesting. You can get a debit card, you can pay bills, you can write checks, you can use mobile deposit, you can transfer money between Fidelity accounts instantaneously, and depending on how you set it up, your cash will earn more than it would in a traditional checking account or even some savings accounts. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through what the Fidelity Cash Management Account is, the main benefits it has, a few things that you need to understand before using it, and then how to open one up in Fidelity. We'll actually open one up together step by step. Okay, let's jump in. So the simple way that I would describe it is this. It's a brokerage account designed to help you manage cash through savings, spending, and even investing. Now that part is important. This is not technically a bank account. Fidelity is not a bank, but the account gives you a lot of features people normally associate with a checking account, but pays like a high yield savings account. So for those of you who have checked out my other videos and used Fidelity for investing, a Roth IRA, a brokerage account, HSA, or a 529 account, this can be a pretty convenient way to keep more of your financial life in a single place. Instead of having your investments at Fidelity and your emergency fund somewhere else like SoFi or Wealthfront and your checking account at your local credit union, this gives you a way to connect more of your system all together. And that's probably the biggest reason I find this account so interesting. It's not because it's some magical account that replaces every bank account in the world. It is because it can simplify how you manage your money. So here's the problem with a lot of regular checking accounts. They're convenient, but they usually don't pay much interest or any at all. So your money is accessible, which is great, but it's not really doing that much for you. On the other side, a high yield savings account may pay a better rate, but when you need an amount of money that requires you to transfer from your savings, sometimes that takes a while. So then you end up moving money back and forth between accounts to try and earn that higher rate while also keeping enough money available when you need it in your checking account. Now, the Fidelity Cash Management Account is interesting because it combines many of those features together. When you open the account, your cash goes into what Fidelity calls a core position. Think of this core position like a wallet inside of your account. Money goes into it automatically when you deposit cash. Money comes out of it when you spend, transfer, or invest your money. Now, here's the part you really need to understand. Fidelity gives you two options. One option is the Fidelity-Insured Deposit Sweep program. With this option, your uninvested cash is swept into program banks that Fidelity is partnered with and can be eligible for FDIC insurance up to $4 million. This is probably the option that people are most familiar with conceptually because it feels closer to how a bank account usually works. The other option is SPAXX, SPAXX, which is the Fidelity Government Money Market Fund. It may offer a higher yield than traditional checking accounts, but it's not FDIC insured. It is a security held inside of your Fidelity account. Now, Fidelity explains that securities in the account are covered by what's called SIPC protection, which protects against brokerage firm failure and bankruptcy like FDIC coverage. But SIPC does not protect you against market losses. Money market funds are generally considered very low risk compared to many other investments, but low risk does not mean zero risk. Now, the first benefit is that Fidelity says the cash management account has no account fees and no minimum balances. That's a big deal because a lot of traditional banks have different rules. Some banks require you to keep a certain amount in the account to get a certain rate. Some charge monthly maintenance fees just to have the account. Some, like SoFi, waive the fees only if you have a direct deposit and meet certain requirements. Heck, my local credit union charges fees if you have an account that has zero activity. So if you wanted to park money there and not touch it, they charge a fee. So many banks will charge fees, whether they are transparent about it or not. Now with Fidelity's cash management account, the appeal is that it's simple. You can open the account, use it for cash management, and not worry about maintaining a certain balance just to avoid a monthly fee. Now, obviously, you always want to check Fidelity's latest terms before opening an account, but as of their current account overview, no account fees and no minimum balances are one of the key features. And for me, I like that. Depositing money in an institution should be free. Banks can lend it out to make money, and Fidelity has plenty of funds that we can invest in to grow our wealth where they make a payment as well. So there are ways that they make money other than charging us a monthly fee. Now, the next big benefit is the debit card. With the Fidelity Cash Management Account, or CMA, you get a debit card. And one of those features Fidelity highlights is ATM fee reimbursement. That means if you use your Fidelity debit card at eligible ATMs, Fidelity automatically reimburses all ATM fees charged by other institutions. And for people who travel or people who don't want to worry about finding a specific bank's ATM network, that can be really useful. Now, I'm not someone who uses cash constantly, but when you need cash, you need cash. And I don't know about you, but paying $4 or $5 just to access your own money is one of those little fees that drives me insane. So the ATM reimbursement feature is definitely a benefit for this account. Now, another benefit is that the account has a lot of normal spending features. You can use bill pay, you can write checks, you can deposit checks through their Fidelity mobile app, you can set up transfers, and you can use direct deposit. That makes the account feel a lot more practical, like a checking account. Now, because if an account only earns a decent rate, but it's hard to actually use, most people won't ever stick with it. But if you can use the account to pay bills, to move cash around, to put your short-term savings, then it becomes a part of your normal financial system. For example, someone might use it as what's called a hub account. Paychecks come in, bills go out, extra money gets transferred into investing accounts like your brokerage account or your Roth IRA, your emergency fund cash sits there or in another connected Fidelity account, and everything is visible in a single place. That kind of simplicity is valuable because in personal finance, the easier your system is to maintain, the more likely you are to actually stick with it. This is probably my favorite benefit. The Fidelity CMA can complement your Fidelity brokerage account, your Roth IRA, your traditional IRA, an HSA, or other Fidelity accounts. And I really like the idea because most people don't just need a better checking account. They need a better financial system. And a lot of people want to invest more, but the money never makes it there. They get paid, the money hits checking, the bills come out, spending happens, and then at the end of the month, they hope something is left, but usually there isn't. So what I like about keeping things connected is that it can make investing easier. Number one, you can see your cash. Number two, you can see your investments. Number three, you can move money between Fidelity accounts instantaneously. And number four, you can automate this entire part of your system. And when everything is easier to see, it becomes easier to make good decisions. This is the same reason I like budgeting with Monarch Money. I don't want to spend 3 hours figuring out where my money went. I want a system where I can look quickly, see the numbers, make adjustments, and then move forward with my life. And that's what I think about this Fidelity account. It's not about making your life more complicated. It's about making your cash easier to manage. So who might this account be good for? Well, in my opinion, it could make sense for someone who already uses Fidelity or wants to simplify their financial life. If you already have a Fidelity brokerage account, a Roth IRA, HSA, or any other account, this could make it easier to keep your cash and investments connected. It may also make sense for someone who wants checking-style features without some of the common bank account headaches like monthly fees or minimum balance requirements. And it may be interesting for someone who wants their cash to have more earning potential than a traditional checking account while still keeping it accessible. But I would not say this account is perfect for everyone. If you really like having a local bank branch, depositing cash often, or sitting down in person with a banker, this may not fully replace that experience. And personally, I don't think every financial product needs to replace everything else. Sometimes the best setup is a combination. Well, you might keep a local bank or credit union for certain things and use Fidelity for cash management, investing, and longer-term financial organization. Now, the goal is to not be fancy. The goal is to build a system that actually works for you, for your life. Okay, so now let's walk through how to open one up. Step one is we go to Fidelity's website. So once we land on this page, we're going to go to the top left-hand corner where it says Accounts and Trade. We're going to drop down to where it says Cash Management. We're going to click there. Now, if you already have a Fidelity login, this process should be pretty straightforward because Fidelity already has your information. But if you're brand new to Fidelity, you'll need to create a profile and provide the basic information required to open an account. They'll ask for things like your name, your address, your date of birth, social security number, some employment information if you're self-employed or hold a W-2, and then other details that financial institutions are required to collect. So let's go ahead and sign into our account and head to the next step. Step two is choosing your core position. This is where you decide whether your cash will go into the FDIC-Insured Deposit Sweep Program or SPAXX. So I'm going to go ahead and choose SPAXX here. So this brings us to the same page as if you were a new customer to Fidelity. After you put in all of your information, whether it's name, date of birth, social security number, everything's going to come to this screen so that you can review it and confirm before they make the account. So just go through it, make sure everything is to the way you like it, and then we're going to scroll down here and click Open Account down below. So once we hit Open an Account, it's going to go ahead and award us our account number. Then we click Next. So step 3 is funding the account. The options they give us are to link a bank account, which is the most common option, as we usually still have an external bank before we move everything over, a direct deposit, and then we have other funding options like, or you can move an account to Fidelity from another firm. So if you have a Charles Schwab, Vanguard, Robinhood account, you can move that into Fidelity under their cash management program. You can transfer between a Fidelity account if you already have, say, a brokerage account you want to pull money in. You can deposit a check, or you could do a large bank wire if you have a large amount you want to move in. So we are going to go do the most common. We're going to link a bank account and click Continue. So if you've decided to link a bank account, it's going to ask whether or not you want to do an electronic funds transfer, a bank wire, who's actually making the transfer, whether it's yourself or someone else, if it's a business bank account or a personal, if you want to securely log into your bank, if you just want to put your credentials in, or if you want to enter the bank information on your own, you can do that here. Once we have our bank accounts linked, it's going to ask how we want to transfer the money. So we're going to do from our personal bank account to the cash management account. And it's going to ask if this is just a one-time occurrence or if it's going to be a recurring movement. This is where you can automate some if you want to put a little bit of money every month into this recurring deposit into the Fidelity Cash Management Account. So we're just going to do a one-time deposit. You can do up to $250,000. We're not going to put that much. We'll just say $100 to make it nice and easy and click Continue. So then we're just going to review the information really quick and then we're going to hit Submit. So once we've transferred the funds, it does say we have a hold period of up to 7 business days before the money hits the account. I have seen it hit faster. It doesn't always take as long, but Fidelity is known for taking a while to pull funds from other banks. So that is okay. It's just $100 I'm waiting on, so that's fine. So let's go ahead and exit to Portfolio Summary and actually look in the account. Step 4 is setting up the features you actually want to use. So when we're on the main portfolio screen here, you can request a debit card by going through Debit Card Management, click Manage Debit Cards. It'll bring up this screen where we can actually order debit cards for this cash management account, my HSA, or an individual brokerage account, which is very similar to cash management account. So we can order a debit card for that one too. You can set up bill pay. So on the top left-hand corner, you can go to pay bills here. Fidelity is always improving. So one of the first notifications we see is coming soon, new bill pay email notification. So we can get notified by email when a new bill needs to be paid or when we have a payee that needs to be paid. Pretty cool. So this is the payment center. You can choose whichever account you want to pay from, and then you can add new payees. So you can go and find them if they already have been set up before, or you can manually add a payee if you're going to be the first time. And this is where you can add payee here. You can also see payment activity on this menu here. So let's go back to the portfolio summary. You can order checks if you need them or want them. So in the center here, you'll see order checks here. If you click it, for some odd reason, it's not letting me go to that page, but it'll bring up to a place where you can actually order checks. Now, if you want to add beneficiaries, you can just go to here, beneficiaries, under account features, click manage and add in as many beneficiaries as you want. If you want a certain portion to go to your wife or your husband and a certain portion to go to your kids, you can totally set that up in here. So if you want to set up an alert, say if you have a payment coming through or money's been transferred, you can go down here to the center, say update text alerts. It'll bring you to this page. So once you hit this account for text alerts, you can get notified if deposits to my account, if you have cash transfers, if you have payments from the account, if you have certain debit card transactions that are over a certain dollar amount, you can set that up here, or you can just do all transactions. Anytime money is moved, I want notified, you can do that. It might get to be a lot, so you can totally uncheck that box if you feel the need to. So if I were building a simple system from scratch, this is how I would think about it. First, I'd want a place where income comes in. Second, I'd want a place for bills and spending to go out. Third, I'd want a place for emergency savings. And then fourth, I'd want a place for investing. Now, the Fidelity Cash Management Account can potentially help with the first three for the cash side of that system. Then if you also have a Fidelity brokerage account, an IRA or an HSA, a 529 plan, you can connect the investing side. So instead of your money being spread everywhere with no plan, you can build a system in one single place. Money comes in, bills are covered, short-term savings are protected and earning interest, extra money gets invested, and then you can track the whole thing with a budgeting app like Monarch Money so you actually know what's happening. That's the kind of system I like. Simple, visible, and repeatable. Now, before you rush to open one, here are a few things I'd watch out for. Number one, if you deposit cash often or rely on in-person banking, you may not want to close your existing bank account right away. Number two, Be aware of transfer times. Fidelity has 24/7 customer service and is known to be a great place for managing your money, but the transfer times can take a long while, especially when pulling money out from another bank. So now that the account is open, if you're wanting to move money into the Fidelity ecosystem, I would highly suggest pushing the money from your current bank into Fidelity rather than pulling it from Fidelity. So you would log into your current bank's mobile app, transfer the money to the Fidelity account, not use the Fidelity app to pull the money from your bank. This would help avoid the extended hold periods that they have and that you saw for the 7 business days. Now, here is a quick disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for educational entertainment purposes only. I am not telling you what account you personally need to open. I'm just walking you through how the account works, the features that Fidelity offers, and how someone like myself might use it as a part of our overall money system. So make sure you do your own research and choose what makes sense for your situation. So overall, the Fidelity Cash Management System is something that I think is worth looking at, especially if you already use Fidelity or you're trying to organize your money in a single place. Now, if you want a full step-by-step tutorial on how to open other accounts in Fidelity, like your brokerage account, your Roth IRA, HSA, 529 plan for your kids, I'll leave those links to those videos down below as well. And if you're trying to get your finances organized, build a budget, save more, start investing consistently, I do offer one-on-one financial coaching. And for everyone watching on YouTube, you can use the coupon code SHIELDLINE to get 50% off a single session or a full coaching plan. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.